Why, hello there, guys. Did you guys know that the heavy assault shield was never actually nerfed? And it was, in fact, only buffed? Yeah, I didn't know that either. I'm actually just finding this out. Did you guys also know that nobody uses nano armor cloaking for its active ability? You know, the thing that gives it the heavy assault resist shield while it's cloaking? That thing? Yeah, nobody actually uses it for that. Fun fact. Did you guys also know that I'm an ESP hacker? Anyways, welcome back, guys. This is going to be part 2 of the Infiltrator nerfs are indeed well-deserved. And if you thought that those comments were unhinged and uneducated, then buckle up, because there's a lot more where that came from. And, well, this video is really just to show you how some people view the general state of the game. But more importantly, how they view the incoming Infiltrator nerfs. But apparently, all I'm doing is preaching to an echo chamber. However, the only echo chamber I see is people just repeatedly hating on the heavy assault. Now, this video is by no means a defense of the heavy assault. That one might actually be a later video. It's just meant to show you how these people actually think. And they can only think about one thing: the heavy assault. And yes, heavy is the hate for the heavy assault. Because to these people, well, as you can see, a nerf to the infill means a buff to the heavy assault. Now, you may be saying to yourself, how does that really make any sense? And, well, you'd be right. It doesn't really make any sense. But if we're to take this at face value and say that one causes the other directly, then does this mean that all of the nerfs to the heavy assault throughout the years have just giga buffed the Infiltrator? Because by this person's logic, then we should actually nerf the Infiltrator. But then again, I don't think these people really think that hard before they speak or type or whatever you want to say. And speaking of buffing the heavy assault, did you know that the recent changes as of late were only meant to make the heavy assault experience better? Yeah, like the one recent change that nerfed the adrenaline shield so much that it basically made it almost unusable. But remember, guys, let's not forget that this was actually a buff, because remember, the heavy assault was never nerfed. It was only buffed. And even then, apparently, nerfing a class-defining ability such as this is a bridge too far, obviously. It's basically neutering the Infiltrator class, guys. Well, if only people said this when we were talking about nerfing the heavy assault shields, right? If only. I mean, who would have ever mentioned that, right? Now, why should we not nerf the Infiltrator? Well, it's because we should actually pay attention to how the average Infiltrator plays the game. You know, not the top 1% of players. Now, you might be scratching your chin a little bit. You might be thinking to yourself, this kind of sounds familiar. I wonder who said that before. And yes, you'd be right. It does sound familiar, because for a literal decade, we have been saying, hey, you probably shouldn't nerf the heavy assault based off of, like, these 5 people that put out montages and, you know, kill streaks and all this other stuff. You should probably base it around, you know, more of like the average player type of thing. But apparently, when we actually look at the top 1% of players that just play Infiltrator for fun and go on kill streaks and put out montages and all that, apparently that's not allowed. Apparently we're just supposed to balance Infiltrator around the average player, right? Like, we can't, there's no way we can look at these players, right? There's no way we can look at these players and say, oh, hey, well, you know, we can't balance it around these players. That would, that'd be just terrible, right? Because obviously this isn't the average Infiltrator experience. And now, of course, you might be saying, oh, well, that's just bolting. Obviously, you know, SMG infills aren't as bad, and neither are Stalker Infiltrators, right?
Humiliation. 2 frags in 2 seconds. Excellent. Two-frag combo kill. Impressive.
All ground section. We have orbital strike inbound to your location.
You and I, breaking free of our prisons. We defy the control of the system. The thunder's growing louder in our hearts.
Wow. Amazing gameplay, right? Now, let's take a look at how the average player plays Infiltrator, shall we? Now you might be thinking, wow, that was a completely fair engagement, right? Like, this person had all the time in the world to see him, right? Why didn't he see him? He just walked right past him. And of course, well, the logical answer is that wasn't fair because he's a level 13 and he didn't even see him and now he's getting shot in the back for it. But hey, we're supposed to pay attention to the average player gameplay, right? And now, just in case anybody wants to point this out, because I know there's going to be people in the comments like this, let's take a look at this guy's stats for real quick. He has a 1.1 overall KD with an 18% accuracy overall. And man, you know what? That's a discussion for another time. He is currently doing 5 times better as a Stalker Infiltrator than his average gameplay. He has a 5.1 KD in his current session as a Stalker Infiltrator. So yes, he is currently doing 5 times better than he normally would just by playing Stalker Infiltrator. And what does he get for that? Well, he gets the easiest and freest kills of his life. And of course, you know, we can't forget even more average gameplay right here. Obviously, wow, top tier gameplay, guys. We should totally balance the game around this. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, this is average gameplay. So, yeah, I think we can obviously say that even average Stalker Infiltrators, average SMG Infiltrators, average Bolters can still do very well. Right? And you know what the funny part is? People will still go in the comment section of this video and wherever else this is posted, right? And the only thing that they'll say is, number one, turn up your graphics. And yes, by the way, this is the same person that says nobody uses nano armor cloaking for the active ability, right? So, of course, he's going to comment this. Just turn up your graphics, bro. Or just use a dark light, bro. Or, you know, any of the other many things that they say, which I've also covered in my Infiltrator Arguments tier list video, if you just want to go down the list and see how many of those debunked points are in the comments of this video, or anywhere else where it's posted. But as you can see, this Heavy Assault is searching for this Infiltrator with a dark light. I don't know if he's playing on all low graphics or not, but hey, it's a pretty average gameplay, if you ask me. So, you know what? I think we should balance the game around this, right? Let's balance the game around this average gameplay. This guy seems to be doing pretty well with a 5 KD compared to his 1 KD overall, right? Sounds like we should nerf it, right? So listen, guys. If you want to say that we shouldn't nerf the Infiltrator based off of the top 1% of heaviest or Infiltrator players, then you know what? Maybe we should revisit the Heavy Assault and say, hey, listen, guys, maybe we should balance this around the average Heavy Assault experience. You know, instead of all those people that put out Heavy Assault gameplay or even the gameplay that you're seeing on your screen right now, if we're going to be balancing it around that, then why not balance it around the top 1% of Infiltrator players as well? It doesn't make sense to do it one way or the other, but then again, none of these people ever really actually make any sense, which is why the only thing that they will probably comment is it's a skill issue or something along those lines. Which, again, if you want a good laugh, go to my Infiltrator arguments tier list, and you'll probably find all of them that you need over there. So this was part 2. Glad you guys enjoyed it, and yes, this was a lot quicker than my last video because, well, I actually had time to put together something of a thought process, I guess, and make it when I wasn't sick. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to spread it around if you want, and I will see you guys on the battlefield.